Okay, we are on day one of our new story, Tanya's Recipes. Let me share my screen here. So our team cooperation goal is explain your ideas and tell why. So think about what that looks like and sounds like. Well, when you explain your ideas and tell why, you should be able to understand and be able to tell an explanation using evidence from the story to tell your reason for your answers. We are going to be still working on predicting. Our word power is chunking. And in writing, we're going to write a sensory paragraph. Okay, so we've already written down our vocabulary words, so let's just go over them. Arrive means to come to or show up. The students were told to arrive at school before the bell rang. Searched means looked through to find something. I searched my closet for my shoes. Beside means next to. Jock can hear his brother snore because their beds are beside each other. Replied means answered. When the teacher called Lisa's name, Lisa answered. Eager means excited, looking forward to something. Dewey was eager to see his friends the next day. Confess means to admit. Molly had to confess because she stole the cookies. Actual means real. At the fire station, we saw actual firefighters. Pretended means acted like make-believe. In class, we pretended to be famous movie stars. So you should go down your column 1 on your vocabulary sheet and go ahead and give yourself a rating, plus or question mark after you heard those to see how you're feeling about the words now. Okay, so in this cycle, we're going to read Tanya's Recipes, and it's by Tanya. As we read, we're going to make predictions because remember, good readers use the information that they've read in the story to think about what might happen next. It's about a girl who learns about recipes. Have you ever helped make a meal with somebody and used a recipe? Let's make a few predictions. Imagine that the girl's alarm doesn't go off. She wakes up late and is rushing to get ready for school. When she sees the bus go by, what can you predict will happen? Now imagine that a boy is getting ready to leave his house in the morning. Even though it's early, it's dark and cloudy. He hears a clap of thunder. What can you predict the weather will be like? Predictions are just guesses that we have about the future that are based on information that we already know. Our previous experiences tell us that some things will happen. So like if you see dark clouds and thunder, it tells us it's probably gonna rain. The things that we predict sometimes happen, but sometimes they don't. The alarm clock example, the girl might be late for school or her mom might drive her so she can get there on time. In the thunder example, the dark clouds and thunder help us predict that it's going to rain. But perhaps the clouds break and the storm blows over. Maybe it doesn't rain after all. The predictions we made, however, were strong guesses because we've had lots of experiences that support what we think will happen. Often, for example, someone who misses the school bus is late for school. Also, when there are dark clouds and thunder, it often rains. Good readers make predictions as they read. They think about what is happening in the story. They ask themselves if they have ideas about what will happen next and what these ideas might be. Then they think about clues in the story or reasons that they made these predictions. After that, good readers read on to see what actually does happen. Okay, so let's look at this sentence here. It says, Max put on his coat, his mittens, and his hat, then opened the door. What do you think will happen next? Well, maybe you said Max ran out to play. So think about how you had that prediction. What made you think that? Maybe because he put on his coat, mittens, and hat, and it looks like he's opening the door. Let's look at another one. Celia sat down and opened her book. What do you think's going to happen? Well, maybe you said just then the phone rings, so you put down the book to answer the phone. Maybe your guess was that she might be reading the book. So sometimes our predictions don't necessarily match up with what we just read, but we did use clues to make our predictions. So it was kind of surprising that she didn't really end up reading the book. Making predictions and reading on to see what happens makes stories interesting. Readers often feel satisfied when their predictions are confirmed and surprised when they're not. You're going to make predictions today when you read Tanya's recipes. Okay, I am going to read for listening comprehension. Well, let me stop sharing for a second. I'm going to read the first page and I'm going to tell you my thoughts about it. Okay. So it says, I love Saturdays. On Saturdays, my entire family has a big dinner. Uncle Joe comes over, Aunt Teresa comes over too, so do all my cousins. We all eat together. This morning when I woke up, I knew it was Saturday. I jumped out of bed and ran to Mom. What will we have for dinner? I asked. It's a surprise, Mom replied. Tell me, I begged. Please, I have to know. If I tell you, it won't be a secret, Mom said. But let's make a deal. I'll tell you before your aunt and uncle get here. If Mom thought I forgot about the secret, she was wrong. I couldn't wait to find out what it was. After reading this page, I know that the main character eats dinner with her entire family on Saturdays. She doesn't know what's for dinner this Saturday. Her mom says it's a surprise. She also says that she will tell her later. I predict that the main character's mom will tell her what the surprise is. As we read on, I will watch to see if what I predicted actually happens. Okay, I'm going to stop here and we're going to do another video for this lesson.